guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Edo from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you for Demon Slayer Hashira Arc Training Episode 5.
Last episode we trained with Muichiro.
Hey!
And I mean, he's a sweetheart with us, but with the others, he was trying to push them a lot, and it came off as cold and a bit insulting, and the other Demon Slayer trainees were you know, they felt like they were a disappointment and there was no connecting with Muichiro. But Tanjiro helped them see beyond the cold-faced Hashira, and they saw the person behind. The one that he only wants them to survive. He doesn't want them to die, so he trains them hard because of that. And he trains himself hard because he wants to do his job too. So they saw the bruises, they saw how tired he must be, and they basically said that, yeah, they are failures, but they're gonna do their best because he does his best. And that's what was sweet. And after that, Tanjiro helped them connect even more by you know, baiting Muichiro into a paper airplane contest, which he lost, but the others ended up participating too, and it was really sweet. So now we're moving on to Mitsuri, and I've been excited for her because I love her so much, and it's gonna be interesting. I've seen a few scans of this episode on Facebook, and I'm like, pink leotards.
Tanjiro's gonna be pretty?
I see. Not surprised.
So she's supposed to be in charge of the stretching training part?
Yes. So interesting.
Flexibility training part, I guess.
Let's jump in this episode and see how hardcore she'll be with that. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes. Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
I love her. Tanjiro's face throughout the whole arc is basically...
It's so much fanboying.
Oh, gosh, man. Dig in and it'll work itself out. Food of the gods. Great.
A few moments later, I can't eat so many, it's too much.
Pink leotard.
Oh,
yes. Look at him. He's pointing at toes.
You know what that reminds me of? You know that movie with The Rock? When he's a father and he has
and
a
it's
little
hard
girl?
to be a dancer.
Yeah?
Oh no, don't be happy. My legs don't bend that way. Yep. But it is often...
Imagine what you could do when you're gonna be flexible like hell.
It is often something people miss when training.
Already?
We moved on? Okay.
That quick? Hey, but he has a crush on her, right?
Is he trying to protect her? I ship it so much.
Oh fuck, he's jealous. Oh my god, he's so jealous.
I ship it. But dude, she loves you. You just need to be more open with your feelings. He's gonna make him suffer. It's a bit sad that we barely spend time with her.
We stretch enough.
Huh. What the fuck? Okay.
What type of training is this?
A torture chamber. They didn't succeed? The crime of wasting my time.
You, the crime of taking my girl.
At least it's not a real sword. Like, he's not that crazy. I thought it was between, but not in between.
You can do it, Tanjiro.
I thought we'd have a bigger margin. And he would smell their fear.
Come on, you can do this.
And then you'd feel bad if you mess up. It's your comrades who suffer. But dude!
I mean, it is good to be precise when you hit, so right?
Like a snake. Yeah, of course you can do it. It's your whole style. It's a bit intense. Like, granted, if you're surrounded by allies in a fight, you need to not strike your allies. Yeah, so far. Like a snake. It's his own personal brand of hell. Like I said, he'd smell their fear. I mean, I guess he was also curious to see what all the hype was about him.
And right now he's disappointed.
Oh.
He's still training.
Well, now he doesn't hear you. Next time he trains and you'll be tied up, like he doesn't want to hurt people. Yes.
Have faith in me, guys. Have faith in us.
He thinks of you, so join in. He's doing that for you.
Tanjiro, tie me up. Let's train.
As a team. It's just day 2. Yeah, you'll get better. Come on, Tanjiro. Yeah, instinct needs to take over. Yes.
Imagine that you're in your forest. Nice.
Because your stress won't take over if it's a tree, right? Hey, dude. Doing good. Yes, man.
Nice.
Got him. He got us too a lot, but... My howdy. He's so pissed. Dude. It's going fast though. It's nice.
We're more than half through the season.
But still. He's gonna be big though, like there's a lot about him, but I expected Snake Hashira to be a bit longer.
Yeah. Hello, Zenitsu.
He's been stuck with him. Wind Hashira. No.
Is there a difference between the two?
Let me bring you back to hell, and at least I'll be there. We'll make you. It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. We
fine.
understand each other.
Let's set each other, but we're gonna train with each other.
I like that it's the attitude of I don't like you, but I need to train with you, so it's fine.
He really doesn't hold back, right?
Yeah, because this point is to push him, so. At least we could breathe when we're tied up to the poles.
Got the eye twitching.
治療に逆戻りだ。これはまずい。
Ouch! Ouch! His hand too.
心折れそうだな。
And has he seen his brother?
待ってくれよ兄貴。
Oh yes.
ケンヤの声。話したいことがあるんだ。
しつけえんだよ。弟なんて
Oh, I
い
hate this.
Oh.
い加減にしねえとぶち殺すぞ。
Come on, man, just say what you have to say. Be strong.
兄弟喧嘩と違う。
話しかけてんじゃねえぞ。
We have to help him.
てめえは見たところ体格もねえから伝いやめろ。
Zero skills? Shut up.
剣士を名乗ってんじゃねえ。
He managed. Last season, he took on a fucking Kizuki, which you've never done.
兄貴に謝りたくて。ケンヤ負けるな。
どうでもいいわ。うせろ。
It's easy to push him away. It's easy to send him away.
鬼を食ってまで戦ってきたんだぜ。
なんだと。
He's not gonna like that.
鬼を
Rude.
だだと。
Oh shit. Oh shit.
ケンヤ
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Dude!
ああ。
Breathe.
戻ってきた戻ってきた。失神したふりだ。
No, this is serious though.
やめてください。
Shit. It's every step.
He's coming.
ケンヤを殺す気か。
殺しゃしねえよ。不能にすんだよ。ただしな、
Bitch.
伝いをやめるなら許してやる。
That's not the way.
そこまでする権利ないだろう。強要するな。弟なんかいないって言っただろうが。何を選択したって口出しするな。
It's one or the other.
命をかけて鬼と戦うと決めてんだ。絶対に俺は剣也の邪魔をさせない。上限に勝てなかった。
True.
Yes.
させるもんか。
He's got allies.
Oh yeah.
まずてめえから最近
Oh, come at us. Come at us. Don't come at us, please.
He is terrifying.
こいつ
Oh yes.
止めやがった。
Come on, man.
一発入れた。
He's got a reason to fight now.
ゼイツ剣也を逃がしてくれ。ちょっと
I don't want to be mixed in this. Oh.
切れる蹴り。
死にてえようだから殺してやるよ。
炭治郎は関係ない。逃げるぞ。チラッといいんだ。距離を取る。気の毒に俺の兄貴を侮辱すんだ。
Zenitsu cannot win.
勇ませ。
But I want your son.
この後はもうグッタグタの。
Did they manage to beat him this time? At least just stop him?
正式にお叱りを受け、修行は中断の上、
No.
接近禁止が命じられた。俺は結局、兄弟の仲を取り持つことは
Not yet.
But like, what if one of them dies eventually? They need to make up before.
何か聞こえる。こっちだ。
Ah, is that the Stone Hashira?
It would be him. Yep.
The strongest
That's
of
where
them all?
they stand strong.
人がいる。
Inosuke!
Let's
Hey!
神道客すれば涼し
God damn.
いようこそ
Hello.
修行場へ
I'm excited about him too.
It's already over?
Yeah, I have to admit, this episode disappointed me a little bit.
It went way too fast.
Yeah, like we just went through 3 Hashiras in one episode.
But I mean, there's not really much to see with
Well, Mitsuri,
With
we know her,
Mitsuri.
but still, Muichiro got an episode, and I guess it's because Mitsuri already has this social attitude of like, I want to help you guys. Like, it's still hell, it's still crazy, and they're still suffering, but they like her, right? So it's not like with Muichiro where we had to have them understand like his purpose and why he's helping the way he is and stuff. Or it's not like with Tengen where, you know, he's got the cheery attitude, but he's pushing them so much, and he's also treating them a bit like, you're not, you know, you're not getting this, and it's frustrating. So we had to give them motivation, but with Mitsuri maybe there was no point to give them motivation because she's just so nice to people. It's still sad that we barely saw her, but the one I'm frustrated with is Snake guy, Iguro, right?
Yes, we could have seen a little bit more of him.
Like, especially since it took time for Tanjiro to get it. Like, it was an actual point of training for him. I hoped we could at least get one episode with him. And like, Wind Guy, I get it. Because it ended with not Tanjiro succeeding the training. It ended with people saying, like, you can't get close to him anymore. So, okay, but still, the both of them were passed over so quickly. I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed, but let's focus on what we got.
Do you think that we might see them more towards the end of the season?
For sure, like we'll see more of them. It's just that our relationship with them is not the best, and they just wanted to give us that, and they give. Apparently, like I've read that the anime is giving us more than the manga when it comes to those training. Like except that with this, I guess they stuck to the manga. They didn't give us anything more. Because the rest of their relationship might evolve later.
Okay.
So, maybe. But it still felt like we got time for all the others, and now them, we just went straight through. But what we actually got, I'm happy with. Like, Iguro and his relationship with Mitsuri, I felt was sweet, and it's fun that we get to see his side of it, and how he also cares enough about her.
And I mean, when the girl that you have a crush on always prays, Tanjiro this, Tanjiro that,
but
Tanjiro everything.
He acts so cold and detached. So when we saw him before give her the socks and just pay attention to her and stuff. It was from her perspective where she fangirls over it, and she fell in love with him and how he takes care of her, he pays attention to her. But it was said, like, it was shown in a way that we're like, well, he's just being nice and stuff. But now we got to see that he actually cares enough that he's like, okay, you stay away from my girl. Away. So it's interesting. And I guess he was just curious about Tanjiro and his ability. Like, people keep talking about him. And now they've heard stories about how he's went against several Kizukis at this point. So he just wanted to push him and see what he was capable of. Yeah. Like, the others, okay, they committed crimes that, he just wouldn't let go of, like, wasting his time and then not learning. And so they suffered by suffering. Like, they suffered by being tied to those poles and getting hit by the others who also fell. So, kind of like, you learn, but the hard way, right? Like, if you don't want to be tied to the pole, you're going to train and eventually you're going to get it. But Tanjiro, he pushed him, even though he definitely committed a crime according to his standards, like with being close with Mitsuri.
But I really like his type of training, the fact that you need to really be precise when you're gonna hit your enemy.
I like his training if people were not tied to the poles.
But another fact that what prevents Tanjiro to succeed is his fear of hurting those that he cared about, like his fellow demon slayers.
At
first. But once he focus and just imagine being in the forest, those are trees, those are rocks, those are not fellow demon slayers. He managed.
Tanjiro said it best, in a fight, when you don't pay attention to your surroundings and you're going to fight a demon and you strike a rock or a tree, it's a death sentence. So to recreate this stress, to recreate this pressure, but without an actual fight where your life is in danger, he did that with people that Tanjiro cared about. And so if he was not paying attention, or if he did not strike true, he was gonna hit his friends. So he was gonna hit the other trainees, and it was not gonna be a death sentence, but it was gonna hurt really bad. So that's his way of recreating the stress and the pressure. With Tanjiro, it almost broke him, because yes, he was gonna be imagining their fears. He was gonna smell the fear. He was gonna know, like, oh, these guys, like, the pressure is more and more intense, and he was gonna feel every second of it. But he needed to detach and let his instinct take over, and when he did that, he managed. But that to me says that Tanjiro was already pretty good at it. He just got better through this by showing him that he could strike true, he could focus on the fight, focus on him, be fast enough, and just hone his skills. He's good at that.
It's another way of showing us that in a fight, you need to just go beyond your fears, and strike. Because if you
can't hesitate.
That's right. Thank you.
Because, like, that's another thing. When you go to hit someone, actually, it reminds me of when we learned to. We did karate when we were kids, and we talk about that often. But when we got a bit older, we got to a point where we were learning to break woods and stuff, and the training for that, I don't remember what we called it, but the training for that basically came down to doing the same hits that we usually do, and our teacher would tell us to imagine going through the block, right? Like you go through. If you stop at the block or if you hesitate, you'll break your hand. You won't break the block, right? It's a bit the same when you're fighting like that. If you hesitate or if you stop your hit because you don't want to hit something else or hurt yourself or whatever, your strike won't be as strong. And
if you let your feet take over, you know.
Yeah, your strike won't be as strong, and you'll break your hand or your sword, or you won't break through the skin of the demon even. Like you need to give all your strength into your hit, put all of that into your hit, and not hesitate, even if like you're surrounded by stuff. You need to trust in your strike, trust in your blow, and just be good enough to hit exactly where you want it to hit.
I was thinking that we could have been demon slayers.
No, I'm saying it's a similar training in a way.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop your hit there. Like you need to go through and be confident that this is where you want to hit, and you need to. So it worked, but I wished it was longer. As for Wind Hashira now,
This is some anger issues that is not resolved.
well, he lost a lot, right? Like he went through some hell when he was a kid. Unfortunately, the way I read his relationship with Genya is that he pushes him away and makes him go through this in order to keep him safe. Like he got really mad when he found out that Genya was eating demons, because he's changing himself. He's putting himself through this. He's turning his body into something else. He's getting close to a demon even, to be a demon slayer and do that. And I guess as a brother, he's seeing this and he's like, oh, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to go through that. But the only way he knows how to convince him to not do that is to push him away so much that he's not going to want to be there. Because he knows, like, Genya is doing this to make it up to him. He's doing this to be close to him and just say sorry and all that. It all comes down to his brother. But if his brother says, I don't want to see you, I don't consider you a brother, if he rejects him so much that he believes there's no love between the two anymore,
I think that he might just gave up of being a demon slayer.
I think this is what he wants. Like, he wants to push Genya away so much that Genya will be like, yeah, okay, there's nothing there, so might as well quit. Because I think he knows that Genya is doing it for his brother. But I'm saying he thinks he's doing it for his brother, but Genya has his own reasons for doing this too, man. He went through the same trauma you did, even though you're the one that killed your mother and you're the one that fought back then. He also suffered. He also has his own guilt and his own emotions and stuff, and to prevent him from following his path,
how they treated you back then also.
to prevent him from following his path and achieving his end and just reaching his goals is mean. And there are other ways to do this. And unfortunately, yeah, he's relying on anger to pass his message, and that's unfair. So yeah, we need to talk more, definitely before next arc, because I am afraid that people will start dying, and if they die before they change this, it's gonna be so freaking sad, man. But it's not something that can happen quickly, and thank God for Tanjiro being friends with Genya and at least giving him support and some type of friendship he can rely on and he can face his brother with. Because
he did have a strong statement, like, if you don't consider Genya your brother, who are you to ask him to just give up on what he wants to do?
That's because he considers himself his brother. But the way he tries to reject him to protect him, I think, is damaging everything else. And it is true, though, you can't have both. Like, you can't pretend that you're not his brother and say, I don't give a shit, but then act like that because you give a shit, right? Because he acts like that because he's afraid for him. He's scared and he's worried. But if you say you're not his brother and you don't care, then you don't get the right to do that. So you gotta choose, man. Do you worry about your brother and take care of him and try to send him the way you want? Or do you act like you don't know him and then you don't give a shit and you let him do whatever? You can't do both. Because it's confusing as fuck for Genya.
I think that Genya's brother needs to have a little therapy session with Tanjiro about brotherhood,
For that to
about
happen,
siblings relationship.
yeah, but for that to happen, he needs to listen to him, which he's not doing right now. That's another thing. Like same with Iguro. The only reason why I remember his name and not Wind Hashira is because his name is written right there. So I'm sorry, I'll get there. But still, the same with Iguro, Wind Hashira was curious about what's the big deal with Tanjiro, right? I guess maybe he's not jealous, but in a way, like he never got to fight a Kizuki. Like he wants to fight the big guys, and here comes Tanjiro, who managed to somehow end up in all those situations, and he survived. And I guess you should support that. Like, should be proud of another Demon Slayer, but maybe that's just reflecting on your own incapacity, like your own failures as a Hashira, and he's just taking that anger and pushing it onto Tanjiro. Like, he wishes he could have been there. He wishes he could have done more. And so Tanjiro, who's done all that, is in front of him and he's pushing him like, okay, show me what makes you so good. Show me what makes you so the best and the one that deserved all those fights, or the one that survived all those fights. And he's trying to convince himself that he could do just as well. But he's got a bad way of saying the stuff he thinks or showing, what he feels. And then there's Tanjiro, who's like, I hate you too. It's fine. Moving on.
The feeling, the sentiment is mutual.
You have your own personal feelings, and that's fine. But there's a bigger thing happening. There's a bigger story, and you all need to be mature enough to forget about your own emotions and do what's right. And you need to train them, not beat your frustration into them. Just like with Genya, right? He's not helping him. He's not achieving anything with Genya, but breaking his heart and just making him miserable. When we know, like, he fought at Kizuki last season. He went there and
without him, we might not have succeeded. So yeah,
he helped us, and that's the thing. Like, he can do so much, and maybe if you had encouraged him, he'd be even stronger now. But instead, he pushes him away. He really is bad at handling his emotions, or handling his relationships.
Alright, so next time we're gonna see the Stone Hashira, which is the strongest of them all.
Yes, according to a lot of people. And we're gonna see his training, which is interesting. He seems to be meditating in fire. Like, nothing, nothing gets to me, nothing breaks me, I am a stone. And we caught up with Inosuke too. And Zenitsu. And Zenitsu needed help, man. He was dying. I don't know how he managed to get to Wind Hashira, but
he managed?
Yeah, well. So I am excited about the next episode. Hopefully it'll take more time, because like I said, this one was a bit fast for my taste, but yeah.
But I think that maybe more episode for that season could have been better.
It is a short arc. Like, in the manga, they don't have, that's why I said I feel like they added maybe more stuff for the Muichiro episode, the Tengen episode. They added more detail than they are in the manga. But with these, they might have just stuck to what's in the actual manga, and that's why it felt rushed, because maybe it wasn't enough material for an episode. But instead of adding stuff to make it an episode, they just put 3 Hashiras in one. Okay. So, compared to the others, it feels rushed, but the manga is like that. It's a very short arc.
Okay.
So it's not that the anime is rushing it, it's just the arc is short. So there's nothing to say. It's okay though, like, I mean, we'll get more time with them maybe later. Like, the training was just to introduce them and introduce the relationship with Tanjiro a little bit.
Which relationship?
Well, the jealousy of Iguro and the disdain of Wind Hashira, I don't know. And we got to see the harsh reunion between the brothers. So next episode, Stone Hashira, and then I don't know, Giyu maybe. He's supposed to join, so I would be interested. These two, like, Stone Hashira, I'm interested because, like, he's the one who supposedly trained Genya, right? He's the one from which the sutra came from, and he's the strongest, so, like, I'm excited. And Giyu is just my favorite, so. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Alright, we're going to see you next week for episode 6, guys.
Yes. Bye.